Hi, welcome back. So today we're going to take you through our newest addition in the Montessori Helper family, which is the curriculum tracker. The curriculum tracker is something that many people have been asking for, just to take the guesswork out of following the curriculum and the sequence and those sorts of things. Many people are also homeschoolers. They don't necessarily have the knowledge at the beginning to know how to progress through a curriculum. Montessori, although it is a method, it's also a philosophy. So it's really quite tricky to build it into a curriculum as such, because in a traditional teaching we're very used to following a strict curriculum, whereas Montessori is probably a little bit more fluid, so you can actually have parallel activities going on. But at the end of the day, it does follow a process, and so as you work through things, you'll notice that that comes to the fore. So here we go. This is the curriculum tracker. You can just you need to be logged in, so just go ahead to the main page and click on the login. If you're a free member, you'll be able to view the structure of the tracker. You won't be able to necessarily download or see all of the content, but it'll give you a good indication of what it can do for you. As a premium member, you'll get access to pretty much everything you need to do the curriculum for this age, being 3 to 6. We'll expand this to 6 to 9 in the coming weeks. And basically it gives you the complete scope and sequence for 3 to 6. The important point to note here, it's a complete solution, so it's not a framework that you have to purchase and then go and add all the lessons and that into it yourself. It's designed to be an all-in-one solution. It works as soon as you've signed up, and it's designed to take the guesswork out of following a curriculum. This is especially important for homeschoolers. Probably might feel a little bit overwhelmed as it is, especially if you're new to the Montessori method, and so you need a little bit of structure to know that you're basically following a method or an approach that's viable to you. Now, once you're into the curriculum page, this is what you'll see. You'll see the subject areas are grouped pretty much as you'd expect them to be. Montessori typically does start in the practical life side of things and then sort of moves across to sensorial. Sensorial being the grounding for maths and language, and all the sensitive periods that go with that. So within each lesson you'll see an indication of what age it should be, etc. Now you can see with sensorial here, I have completed some of the lessons, so we'll click in there and see what that says. So sensorial, so there's your subject content areas, and it's grouped into the senses. So in this one it's visual senses, size and dimension, color and form, and then stereognostic, tactile, olfactory and auditory. Let's have a look at color and form. So here you can see we've already completed color tablets box 1. So that's been marked as complete. So we'll show you how that works and how we get to that. So let's go into color box 2. Another thing to notice, if you look at the top of the page here, you've got these little dots. The dots basically are shortcuts to the lessons. So and they're in the sequence that you would need. So for example, you'd need to complete these ones before moving on to others in the sequence. Here it tells you the materials that you'd need, box containing 22 tablets, and then also it'll explain to you what the objectives are. The main objective for this exercise, for example, would be visual perception of color. And then the presentation itself is in a numbered order, so you can follow this step by step. It's probably quite useful to work with a tablet or an iPad, logged in and then sitting with the child as you work through this. There's nothing wrong with doing that if you're not familiar with this, and continue in that fashion. The other important thing to remember is that most of the lessons, especially around three-part cards, are in fact available on our Android apps as well. So it's just another level of abstraction from the three-part cards that are in two-dimensional form. We do suggest that you use the actual three-part cards and print those. If it doesn't have to be laminated, it can be on stock paper. And then, if you wish to, you can progress to the apps, and not the other way around, because the child needs to work through that process of concrete to abstract. And in fact, some people may prefer not to use any computer-aided learning materials at all, but that's really a choice for you to make. Now, as you go through here, you can take notes. So let's say you just presented this lesson. You can just put in there the date it was presented, so in this instance today's date, and then you can say, great, we've done that. You save it, and you can come back then and then practice the same lesson again with the child, and then eventually you'll get to a point where it's mastered. All the way along the line you can actually make observations, so you can say, Jack is challenged by matching primary colors. It's just an example. And then you can save that. So when you come back to the same lesson and you click on take notes at a later point, it'll basically give you exactly what you've written there, which is a great way of tracking as a child. All of this information is indexed, so you can then later on, if you're a small school, you can then print that into a report. At this point we are using one child per login, but soon we'll be able to broaden that. Also in the next couple of weeks, where a small school will be able to use this and have one login for 10 children, for example. We'll work through that with some diligence shortly. Now, eventually the child will complete the lesson. So let's say that you you practiced the lesson again on the 8th of November, and then you actually mastered it on the 10th. So there you can see you can take notes as you go. You could probably add more notes if you wish to that, and that's it. So then you save on that. As you can see, very intuitive, doesn't require any fancy technical know-how. And then the last step in that is just to mark the lesson as complete. And here we go, it should mark it complete, and then flick you on to the next lesson. So there you can see the little red green dot shows that the lesson's completed, and then moves you automatically through to the next lesson. Okay, so if we go back to the curriculum tracker now, you'll see that it will now show slightly more progress on the sensorial. So there you can see it there, and if you go through, you'll see, even though you've completed one lesson within the subject category, it won't yet mark that as complete, but you'll see 2 lessons within that category will now show complete, and these are signified by the little green dots that you see there, and that's it. So that's just to give you an indication of what you can do with this. All of the subject areas are grouped, and the lessons are grouped into a sequence and a structure. Don't forget to look at aids that can help you. So this book, for example, which is included when you sign up, and then also we've got all the Montessori books pretty much within this website, and then also these video lectures, which are excellent, and that's by a lady called Margaret Humphrey, who was one of Montessori's students. So and she's got some great, there's about 22 hours of lectures there you can have a good look at, and that'll give you probably a good indication and set you on the right track. And then if you're a homeschooler, when you sign up with us, we have a partnership with a site called MontessoriHomeschooler.com, and they offer basically the ability to be able to interact either through Facebook directly or on Skype. Purpose of this was not really to create a group with an abundance of information, which I think is one of the challenges that you may have as a homeschooler. It's not that there's not enough information, there's perhaps just too much, and it's not structured to help you to do what you need to do. So that's just a way to connect directly with someone that has the experience both of homeschooling and owning a school, and she understands pretty much what you need, and you can find very quick answers. So it'll just help put you on the right path. And if you sign up with them, you also get automatic access to Montessori Helper. So you get all the materials and lessons that you see here, and then the apps, and then also, most importantly, the curriculum. So with those tools, we believe that you should be well on your way to feeling less overwhelmed and being able to manage your day as a homeschooler. And if you're more experienced, or you're a small school, you'll be able to have the tools that you need to do the basic things that you need to do. There are other products out there that are similar, but we believe they're quite advanced and require a fair amount of input and understanding in the first instance to be able to use them. There you go. Chat soon.